1 2 1 2. Love you, Divine Tarot, and you. Happy birthday to Taurus, bless Taurus. Happy birthday to Taurus, sexy Taurus. Oh, happy birthday to all of our lovely and handsome and sexy, and don't ever forget, highly intelligent, inquisitive Taurus. Happy birthday is for you. And only you, Taurus. I can't make it up. A lot of you guys are hitting bumps that are abrupt. And what I mean by that is, Taurus, you guys are growing up. All right? Some people are growing old, but you're growing up. I can't make it up. You hear me? Yeah, because you guys are letting go of what no longer serves you. I see this so clear. But Taurus, I need you guys to hear. You know, it's always 2 days you don't ever have to worry about. And please, let's make that clear. That's yesterday. And place this in your ear. That's yesterday and tomorrow. All right? Now, why? Because yesterday's history and tomorrow's a mystery. Your beautiful day is today in every single way. You know, Taurus, you guys are heavily focused on travel right now. You guys are focused on moving forward and letting go of what no longer serves you, because you guys got an infinite, you got some money coming in. You got infinite abundance here. A lot of you guys got promotions and things and career changes going on where you had to decide to leave something like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde behind. All right? And a lot of you guys have done so. And I don't know, to me, I'm seeing a low vibe energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type of energy. Intuitively, you guys know that you had to. Geo. And some of you guys are Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy as well. But it's hurting. It's hurting them so desperately to see you guys collectively be awarded and free. But you guys have reached a level of surpass, deep, painful things that happen to you guys financially, that you guys have really grown, and what that did for you guys is spiritually known. It really ignited the activation of your star chakra. So a lot of you guys really have come to heal, even in that area of finances. You guys are healed here. You're healed. The healing is here. It's so clear. And some of you guys intuitively can feel it. That's why you had to let go of what does not serve you. So the higher realms are sending you that nudge to make sure you guys are trusting the letting go process, because you have to let go because you know that you know. And a lot of you guys need to know that you are a very vital key component in this whole divine plan on this beautiful divine planet Earth, okay? Now, that word could be no other word. The higher realm said that word planet is so that you, Taurus, would know that you are planned. The ET part of that word planet stands for till the end of Earth's timeline, or till the end of time. All right? Yeah, and you guys have been living that ET life all your life. A lot of you guys, because you're choosing to let go, you are executing executing low vibe energy and transmuting it into high vibe energy, which is the ET life that you guys have been living. Some of you guys had to stand up to your mother, and others of you guys, your mother and your brother, and some of you guys, you had to stand up to your mother and brother simultaneously, because I'm seeing a situation where you guys had to stand up for yourself. And you had to, allow yourself to be, because one of the great philosophies is to be or not to be, and you guys chose to be, and that energy of to be was you guys standing up for yourself. It was your life force energy. So I see this once upon a time. And some of you guys were almost grown, or say like 18 and 19 or 20 years old or something like that. You had to stand up to your 17, some of you guys. You had to stand up to your mother and your brother, and some of you guys separately. However, I'm seeing it simultaneously that you guys had to stand up for yourself, in such a way. And that's the key that ignited the fact that yourself is your wealth. Some of you guys knew that very early on. However, that was a thing, and the higher realms is pointing that out for a reason. Now, that is you guys living the ET life. I'm seeing a lot of you guys having that same significant. Now, others of you guys, I'm seeing you guys stand up to it's okay. Well, we do have some late bloomers, late bloomers, and that's okay, because there's no such thing as late. All right. And that's another thing. These words that they play on, I see why they're spells, because it's not even, it does not ring any spiritual bells. I can't make it up. There's no such thing as late. They even call somebody deceased the late great what? How's it late? Anywho, the bottom line is a lot of you guys had to stand up to teachers and professors in a lifetime. And that's what I'm saying. Some of you guys specifically, it's a one-on-one thing where you had to really go toe-to-toe and stand up against this professor. Some of you guys were unfairly misjudged, or something was misappropriated or something of that nature. And it was all, something that you guys had to experience. So it was a part of that ET, your, executing that low vibe energy and transmuting it into high vibe energy. Because a lot of you guys could have been like anybody else, you know what I'm saying, just abruptly do anything to make the situation, worse, to be honest. So you guys did something that was proclaimed, to clear your name. And I see that. So a lot of you guys went through these processes, and that's what I see in the higher realms is saying, you guys have reached a level of now some spiritual seniority, okay, in every way. So that's why you guys have to now, recognize that life is not a competition. And I know a lot of you guys recognize that, but others don't. Life is your soul's mission. It is not a competition. That's why the higher realm, even though you got a lot of people out there in competition with you guys, I know you laughing right now, Taurus. Yeah, you guys got those people, you know what I'm saying? Those $500 hats with the 50-cent heads. Yeah, people running around like dressed up garbage cans, you know what I mean? With those false masks, all right? So the bottom line is you guys have a lot of competition out there. However, it's not your soul's mission. That's why the higher realms place something beautifully inside of you, and it is called your intuition. And if you can begin, Taurus, to trust that intuition, you can begin to see without sight. People wonder why the blind man can see, the blind woman can see, why they walk so vividly, all right? How they gonna cook their dinner tonight, all right? They trust their intuition, so therefore they can see without 3D sight. Did I stutter out? I might have gave somebody. So that's what's happening. So you guys, make sure you recognize, the fact that you are blessed with that beautiful thing called intuition. Now that intuition keeps you spiritually tethered to this beautiful thing called GPS. All right, the higher realm say it's a spiritual GPS, and that's what keep you guys connected to the gods, your guides, or God connecting you to your next step of origin. Okay, the acronym for STEP is STEP, and that is a solution to every problem. So this could only mean one thing, and one thing only does it mean. You guys were born fully loaded, like a 9mm 6-inch barrel with hollow points, not knowing which way to shoot. All right. That's why the higher realms employed you with this beautiful spiritual root, and that is called, communication. The higher realm speaks to you through the hierarchy communication, through numbers, signs, and synchronicities. That's why you have your birth date, expiration date, and all the little DNA codes in your body, and all the codes that are on your body. Some of you guys got tattoos and don't even know why you got tattoos, the real deep meaning of it. If you go back and if you go back in time, you will see that you may have a similar tattoo to who and where you used to be. So it's something of that nature. Some of you guys have tattoos based on your past life energy, and I can't make that up. It's something that's so much like synergy coming through. So a lot of you guys, you cannot that's something that just goes directly to you. That energy flows to you, so a lot of you guys are carrying that also past life energy through, and believe it or not, it's on a tattoo that is on your body and solely belongs to you, unbeknownst to you, of course. Taurus, you guys got a Sagittarius in your energy, and they want to come through. I don't know what's that about. I see what that's about. Like I say, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is really trying to stop you guys from traveling, but you guys are trying to move forward here, is what I see, because you've done some real healing. You have some real strong healing abilities. A lot of you guys went through counseling to make things right. You guys even and the counseling really did great for you guys, because it opened your third eyes, and it allowed you guys to recognize, that is within you, and that allowed you guys to really have the ideology of the career change, because a lot of you guys, it's a career change that's here, that's magnificently necessary, and it will give you so much change, so much so where you guys are promoted. A lot of you guys are getting promoted. And this blessing has to come to you guys regardless. However, a lot of you guys need to recognize that, it's also hurting this person to see you guys upgrade in such a way, because the way I see it, you guys are holding like a lot of money bags here. And it's like, this is like infinite abundance. This is like you guys being supported. And abundance come in all levels. So the person who you had to let go is really feeling low. Okay, just let me put it that way. Yeah, they're feeling very low at this time, because of course they think that because you grow that this is where you have to go. You guys have to go because you are being pulled. This is your destiny. Your destiny is infinite abundance, and I cannot make it up. This is your life purpose. Your life purpose is abundance. I know we may meet a lot of... See, what people have to know is, I hope you guys share this with others. Life is like a journey, okay? It's not... okay, life is a journey, all right? We may meet a lot of good people along the way. I'm talking about people you want to hold and keep them and put them in your pocket, and only you can see them when I want you to see them in every way. But guess what? I must journey on. Period. And let me also share this with you, because this is valid. All right, Taurus, hold on to this. I need you to hold on to this. Life is like a train ride. My ticket is birth. My destination is death. Anything in between is pure luxury. So who and what and why, you better be making the best of it. Okay. Okay. So that is what I need you guys to know. That is for you, and the first one about the journey is for that person. If you can pass those messages on, it would be a great thing to do, because I learned very early, and may he rest in peace, because every now and then I will speak of him. Dr. White, may he rest in peace. Dr. White, at 21 years old, I didn't know what he was saying to me, but it was so spiritually bold, because this man would greet me in such a way. He wouldn't say, how you doing today, or anything like that. He'll say, I can love you, but I don't have to have you. And I didn't know what that man meant at 21 until he passed away. And me, because I'm very traditional, I believe if you kiss somebody, you won't miss them when they pass away. You know what I'm saying? If they're in a casket, you kiss them so you don't miss them. So I reached down to kiss Dr. White on his forehead. And oh my goodness, as I was about to come up from the casket, I could hear it so clear. I can love you, but I don't have to have you. He showed me how to love. See, because I was one of them dummies too now, Taurus. You know what I'm saying? I know it was hard for you guys to let go of something here as well, but it was more harder for the person that you had to let go of. I see that as well. But the bottom line is, it's always going to be hard letting go because you were holding on for a reason, right? Okay. So I used to be one of them dummies too. I thought maybe, if I be with you, I had to do things about you, for you, with you, to, no. So I can love you now, but I don't have to have you. And I thought loving somebody meant you had to have them. Foolish me. You know what I'm saying? If people only knew that they knew. That's why the higher realms, I'm not going to make no things, but that's why the higher realms make everything temporary, because people be holding on too daggone long till it be called addiction. You know what I mean? It become your drug. You know what I mean? So the bottom line is, the higher realms is saying right now, great job in letting go and trusting the higher realms' purpose for you, because your life purpose is to be infinitely abundant. However, it only can be if you let go of what does not serve your highest good at this time and your level of spiritual validity, because you are someone of, a lot of you guys are, readers or stuff like that, or a lot of you guys, you do something with the cards as well, and you have already, been through this healing process. A lot of you guys went through some deep counseling, deep diving counseling, in which you shine the light on, things that were necessarily needed. Now, a lot of you guys are musically inclined, and I see a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys behind scenes, you have a music position that you can transition to, and I'm seeing a lot of money here. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of money grow here, from your life purpose. A lot of you guys, your life purpose is music, okay? And it doesn't mean you have to be signed to a label or anything of that nature. I'm just seeing the fact that you guys your life purpose is music. Now, however you transmute that music is on you. You guys can do it every level that you do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing what I'm seeing at this time. It doesn't have to be the same old level. That's why, when I came in the music industry a long time ago, it was a reason for that. And I don't, look back, in that way. But I'm glad I really did what I did, you know what I mean, in every way, because a lot of people were saved, even though I didn't, I knew what I was doing. But anywho, so the higher realms see, let these people know, and I did. I let them know, this is an industry that's already been created. You know what I mean? So a lot of young guys I used to do open mic with, and we used to do shows with, I definitely made sure that I told them, if you ever do anything, you know what I'm saying, even musically, make sure you get a business. This was back when artists didn't even have one type of business at all, let alone a t-shirt business. So this was back in the early, not early, but mid 80s. And I started, letting everybody know, listen, get you a business, get you your own business. I don't care if it's a t-shirt business. And people really did come out with the t-shirt, so that was cool. But the bottom line is, it was the higher realms working through me, because I had to, instill the fact, what is security, what does security mean to them, what does success mean to them, because to me, success is security, right? However, what is success, what does it mean? And a lot of people had their different views of what it means, okay? Some people say, yeah, it's a lot of money, I'm gonna be rolling, and I'm be okay. And I was like, well, success to me is being where I want to be, period. Success to me is I don't have to answer the phone. I can sleep through the phone call ringing, and I don't have to answer the phone. So I don't know what is success for others, but I know what is for me. And I had to, clarify that to them and I think it sunk in for a lot of people, because a lot of people really did get their business. And that's a good thing. And then it started being a trend, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is, this was my voice in the industry back then. And I had to let people know, because that was before, Barry Gordy and all of that had been, discovered and all that. It was just something that I had to let them know, because the higher realms placed it on my heart and placed me in the places where they had to know. You have to get your own. Why? Because it's disrespectful, for one. You know what I'm saying? It's a disrespect to someone who's already, a respectable business. Say like, the industry already started. So a lot of people were coming in thinking, oh, I'm gonna get my own label. I'm gonna get my own this. I'm gonna get my own. Who say you can do that? Like what? That's just like if you the first person that invented pocketbooks. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I'm just saying, if you invented a business and then everybody there under you create the same business, what is that going to do? That creates enemy. That, to me, that reeks enemy off the door. Now you can dream that it means that, oh yeah, you have arrived, but quite frankly, on a reality, that equals enemy. So the bottom line is, I had to do it in a subtle way to share with everybody. Listen, this is a business that has already been functioning, and quite frankly, it functions fine without you. And I try to do it in a nice way, but the bottom line is, I was letting people know, create your own, and that's better. You know what I'm saying? That way you can call it your own. Because I don't see how you can call your own if you have your own distributing company when somebody else just had it before you. That's just like namesakes. You are a namesake no matter what. You're still a namesake. You know what I'm saying? If something is already named that, and you come in, and I don't care if you create a bulb, if a purse is named that and you create a bulb named that, that's still the namesake of that. So therefore, collect off of that. It's out of respect for that. Now, I speak heavily about this because no one is respecting the fact that someone already created this thing called the music industry. It was already created as a business. Please respect it as a business. I came on early on to warn their brothers and sisters and everybody whose family coming in. I definitely said what I said, and I meant what I meant. I'm not coming in, to take every dime that was spent. And that's what people were coming in as. They was like, oh, I'm going to do this. So the bottom line is this. Stop creating enemies, whoever this is in the world. When a business is already created, let me go ahead and give the analogy that I gave them. Okay? And I'm sorry, Taurus, if I'm holding you up in any way, but this must pertain to you guys in some way. I used this back then for them, okay? Because these were very young men, and they needed this talk, and they really did, because they had big plans to come in someone else's business to make it their business, right? So I had to keep proclaiming the fact that this is already a business without you, right? Now, so say like you have a grandfather that has a bunch of laundromat chains all over the world. He's highly successful because he invented the laundromat business, where people can come from all over the world, all walks of the life, wash their clothes, all hours of the night, all this and that. And guess what? Here come your cousin's uncle, baby, niece, cousin, talking to them and talking to the grandbaby of the laundromat owner who created all of that. Man, you ain't got one laundromat by now. If that was my family, everybody had one. We'd be all paid. And I don't see why you don't have one. Woo, woo, woo. So now that person goes to their grandparent and they say, Grandpa, can I please have a laundromat of my own? And the grandparent is thinking, like, this is allegiance. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking that this is any influence outside. They're thinking that this is a pledge of allegiance to the family business. Of course you can. Okay? And guess what? So they give them that business. But guess what that fool do? He's still talking to them cousins and nieces and on the, other cousin, uncle side or whatever. And they saying, man, you should add a strip club in there. You should add a strip pole and add some food. And then, have the this. And he listened. And he put a strip club in there, have the gambling card table in the back, and it'd be 24-hour laundry and gambling table and food and woo-da-woo. And guess what? Now grandfather is losing business. And guess what? He opened up now 4 different cities. And this child is growing because he did that and don't realize that they're putting their grandparent out of business. So now grandparent is trying to understand what's going on. And one day grandparent actually see for himself that he did something different with the business. And he's putting him now out of business. So what I'm trying to say is, please be focused in every way. Just respect the biz, period. That goes for anybody who, is going to collaborate and do. I just see, somebody here, like I said, Taurus, you guys have music in your hindsight here. What's hidden is your music abilities, and some of you guys need to go ahead and travel because you already did the work. This career changes for you guys now. It could be in the opposite as well. A lot of you guys could be changing your music career. You know what I'm saying? Being letting go of someone that was a greedy, you had an informant around you guys. Somebody informant getting money. But the bottom line is also a greedy producer or something around you guys is what I see here. And you guys had to trust in yourself. So a lot of you guys who are going that way, but a lot of you guys that are going the opposite direction, this is what you experience, a greedy producer or something of that nature. And you guys had to really believe and trust yourself and let go of what does not serve you. But I see a lot of you guys moving towards the music industry. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys, what not to do. Okay, just do you. If you're going in for music, keep it simple and go in for music. That'll be that. Don't try to own everything you possibly can because the business is already created. The end. Okay, in every way. Now, that's what I see for you guys. So what I need to tell you guys is about your number, signs, and synchronicities. You guys are already blessed. I see you guys, like I said, holding money bags, okay? Money freaking bags. And all you had to do is let go of what no longer served you. You guys are releasing things, especially things that really caused you guys hiccups and challenges. And because of that, your life is changing. Your thoughts are changing. Money is coming towards you guys. And this is like infinite. I see infinite abundance as your life purpose is what I'm saying. If you trust your intuition. Because a lot of you guys need to know your star chakra is activated. And that's above your crown chakra. And your crown chakra just says you guys are taking direction from your higher self, okay? But that star chakra, you have surpassed all levels, so that means you guys went through a lot of pain to heal, all right? And there's no question that third eye is open. That's why you guys went to receive the counseling that you need. You didn't dictate to yourself. You got counseling for your wealth. You guys decided from that counseling, it's time to change your career. Okay, and it's very clear in every way. So with this number 4, when the higher realms is speaking to you guys through your number 4 birthright, the higher realms is telling you guys that, the number 4 is never to be ignored in the spiritual world or the spiritual realm. It means that the angels are sending you guys everything that you need from 4 corners of the world. 4 seasons of the earth, 4 elements of the earth. A lot of you guys to manifest, you do not have to blow out a candle or light up a candle or blow it out or whatever, because it has a lot to do with earth sign and fire sign energy. A lot of you guys can use all 4 elements okay, because of your birthright number of 4. A lot of you guys have 4 wheels because it's your blessings of 4. Some of you guys don't even know the higher realms created that emotional free pet because of that blessing of 4. And shout out to my service members, those of you who are in the military. I thank you guys for all the service you do, and thank your family too, because only the higher realms and you know what you guys experience and go through, especially when you come home and the disrespect and the level, of disrespect that people, have towards you guys, in any way, and I'm just not saying that people should have ESPN. You guys come home and people can't even hold the door open for you guys. So that's even worse, right? So the bottom line is, I'm not saying they have to have ESPN, but dang, it's just ridiculous. 4 for the whole country, and people just drop the door and you don't even hold the door and you see you coming and slam. Crazy stuff. I've seen it with my own eyes, but therefore I just want to thank you guys for all that you do from my soul to you. So a lot of you guys who are service members, if you had the opportunity to work with a service pet, that was your blessing of 4. All right. So a lot of you guys have 4 blessings of 4 in such a way till a lot of you guys may have been the 4th child. A lot of you guys may think you're the 3rd child because of your parents. You don't know the whole story or something of that nature too. But the bottom line is that 4 is all about you. Okay. A lot of you guys don't realize you give out nickname of 4 to your boo thing because of your birthright of 4. A lot of you guys named your children 4-letter names. A lot of you guys have 4-letter names, whether it's your middle name, nickname, last name, first name, things of that nature. So you have all sorts of blessings of 4. Now that number 2, the higher realms is telling you guys that you're highly favored. All you have to do is look in the mirror. You'll see everything on your body that equate of 2. All right. You got 2 feet. Yes, you do. You got 2 arms. Yes. You got 2 eyes, and they're both the same size. So it go on. The higher realms is saying to you through your birthright number 2 that you're highly favored, and as short as it takes 2 hands to form a prayer, Taurus, the higher realms are saying whatever you're praying for is already right there. I can't make it up. So 4 plus 2 equals the number 6, and the higher realms are saying through that number 6, it's like you guys are really perfect in the higher realms' eyes, which means that the higher realms is telling you to expect nothing less than the best from your lifetime here. And the higher realms are saying through that birthright number 6, because remember, the higher realms only took 6 days to make this world. Okay, so you guys are really that birthright number 6, which means perfect. Okay. In every way. A lot of you guys do have one of them 6-letter names too. I'm looking at the last name or middle name or something like that. But the bottom line is the higher realms are saying through that number 6 that you will persevere as long as you do not get distracted. Now the higher realms to share with me through my meditation that distractions are sent to simply dis your actions. All right, so neither look nor to the left nor to the right and trust this process, because you guys, your birthright is infinite abundance, and you guys are getting promoted. You getting ready to hold a lot of money bags. The last person I told this, may he rest in peace, man. He really got that. He was council member. I'm gonna say it. May he rest in peace. He ended up being a council member. He came to me for a reading. He was like, well, I said, you get ready to get a promotion. You get ready to get a raise. And that's what you guys are getting ready to get. And I said, I see you holding money bags. And they said he had to call me and say the next day he got the call. So congratulations, you guys, in advance on your career change, because you about to hold these same money bags. Beautiful, beautiful. So also what I see is this number 9. When you see this birthright number 9, just know and be aware that you guys were born spiritually awakened and spiritually aligned. Now, I understand. I see now why a lot of hurt and pain is in this lifetime, because that number 9 represents spiritual completion. And spiritual completion is not, something that's non-lethal or painful. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say lethal, but painful. It's definitely a painful ending for most to have a spiritual ending. So a lot of you guys in this lifetime is going through this spiritual completion. And yes, it's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be painful, but always remember, you guys, the acronym for pain is PAIN. Pay attention to inside now. I cannot make it up. And because you guys were born with that STEP, a solution to every problem, please remember this, Taurus, as you go along in your journey. A problem is something that you create. Situations are things that happen. So if you're not part of the solution, then that must mean, you're part of the problem. So that is what we focus on in this moment and in this time and on this beautiful day of yours in every way. Let me see here. Yeah, so your birthright in its totality is 4 plus 2 plus 9, which equals, I'm seeing 15 here. Yeah, so that is profound because that number 15 also equals 6, 1 plus 5. So you guys have a lot of alpha energy in you. So if a lot of you guys find yourself unable to match with people, that's because of that number 1, which in your birthright has a lot to do with alpha energy, because the number 1 was created not to be a number. Why? Because numbers are meant to be plural. The number 1 represented God, the alpha, the beginning. So a lot of you guys have a lot of alpha energy inside you guys. That number 5 is positive change from every dimensional level, and the higher realms is telling you guys I'm mad at you guys but not mad anymore, because somebody sent me a blessing where they made sure that I have change because houses had change, right? And I said, I used to be mad at you guys, but somebody, and I thank you with all my heart and soul, someone said the little prayer and said, let that girl have change. And let that woman have change. And it was so funny. So that was a part of my story. I used to be mad at people who have a little bit mad, just not much, but just like, dang, why can't we have a house full of change bottles and stuff? So a lot of you guys grew up with that positive change, and that change in your house as well because of that number 5. But what you guys need to know, that number 5 is positive change from every dimensional level. So a lot of you guys are multidimensional spiritual beings that you are sent here to have this human experience and to change the game. So that's why you guys need to trust what you're doing, because you're here to change the game. All right, a lot of you guys, you changed a lot of dynamics already, so you know that you know. So when you come, you bring a lot of positive change, but so as you bring it, you shall receive it as well. Okay, so make no mistake in any way. Taurus, that was the most important thing for you guys to pay attention to today, and that was whether you're traveling towards or you're moving forward towards letting go of the situation so you guys can achieve this beautiful career change. And a lot of you guys in music, and a lot of you guys changing from music, so it's half and half of you guys is what I see. But the higher realms are saying the least worry right now is your children, okay? Because you guys, you guys, the way you guys made your children now, they're not traveling with you for sure. That's what the higher realms are saying anyway. That's the least thing you have to worry about is your children. And the fact that, they're so strong, and they really, some of you guys made them, really, they're allowed, they're very strong decision makers. So that's what I want to say. So you guys don't have to worry about your children today, right now, and also the word worry. If you pray, why worry? If you worry, why pray? Okay? But the higher realms are saying that's your least worry right now is your children, because you guys made them strong enough. They really have the decision-making skills that you guys employed in them. Plus, they're not traveling with you anyway. So the higher realms want you to focus on what your heart's desire at this time, which is that career change, and move forward and let go of the old career so you can really receive the new one. Can't make it up. Okay? Can't make it up. Yeah, the most important thing too today is you guys just making sure that you pay them bills and get them out the way so you guys can definitely be free of debt before you travel, for sure. And the least worry is a job, because a lot of you guys you ain't got to worry about getting laid off of a job right now. And the least worry is you got to, a lot of you guys don't even have to worry about being in debt right now, And some of you guys don't have to worry about the cryptocurrency either for some reason, because that's here with the least worry. I can't make it up. So, yeah, the major thing is for you guys to pay them bills so you can get out of this, minor debt. So a lot of you guys definitely focus on that so you can travel in peace and mind, peaceful, like travel in peace. Yeah. So, and the least thing you guys have to worry about is a job, because a lot of you guys don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about cryptocurrency. You don't have to worry about being in debt, is what I see. Yeah. You just want to pay those bills so you can stay on your budget. That's what I see, very vital at this time. Just pull the fruit for your money. A lot of you guys got an inheritance coming around the mountain when she comes, I see some money you guys inherited. And a lot of you guys will be sponsored financially for your beautiful day. Somebody will take care of all those finances for you guys. As far as, your travel expenses and so forth and food. Some of you guys are going to be sponsored in some way. I see somebody buying you guys new pair of shoes and all that stuff. But I also seen casino come up a couple of times, and I see 21 blackjack win for a lot of you guys. I see that you guys will have a retro check coming in from a security deposit, that money coming back. And that's what I have for you guys. This is where we must part ways. Taught us, if life lasts and death pass, you will see or hear me again. Until then, parlay, peace be unto you, and with it, one.